What is up, you guys? Pete Carlo here, and today, since it's Sunday, we are going to talk about Bitcoin. What I want to do on the weekends is kind of go over some of the top cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. Because number one, the market is not open, and number two, it seems like a lot of you guys also trade different types of crypto coins. It's not something I'm going to make a huge deal about or be putting like 3-4 videos a week out, but I figured every single Sunday doing an update on certain things like Bitcoin could be very beneficial for the channel and for the community. So if you guys remember a couple of weeks ago, I don't remember if it was on this channel or our other channel, Traders Helping Traders, we were talking about Bitcoin pulling back down to this support trend line at about $46,000. And since then, it has done that to a T. And it seems that continuing to go with the way that we had initially spoken about before, we could pretty easily see Bitcoin bounce off of this and start to move back up. So what we're going to do in this video is going to go over that. We're going to go over the support that we're on right now, and ultimately where I see Bitcoin going by the end of January. And down in the comment section, I want you guys to let me know what your prediction for Bitcoin is within the next 31 days. And ultimately, what do you think your prediction for Bitcoin will be by the end of 2022, guys? Let me know in the comment section. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell because all these videos are time sensitive, as you guys know, and check out our Discord. It's completely free. The link is in the description. We have over 4,300 members within our group. You guys get access to free courses, live streams, seminars, webinars, free trades, and the best unusual options technical analysis bot. Our goal is to become the biggest free trading community out there, and most of all, the best free trading community out there, guys. It's all completely for free. The link is in the description. Now, let's take a look at Bitcoin, and let's just first of all start with a 5-year chart. You guys know, if you're part of our group, that I love to look at the bigger time frames first. Whenever you're looking at a stock that you haven't looked at in a bit or a coin that you haven't looked at in a bit, one of the things I always say to do is to zoom out to get a bigger perspective. Not only does the bigger time frames actually hold more weight when it comes to support and resistances, but most of all, it is usually a clearer picture for you to see, because not only are the weekly candles stronger, but it just visually there's less junk all over the place, especially if you're somebody who likes to draw out a ton of trend lines and whatnot. Now, looking at Bitcoin, as we always talk about, we see this major trend line that has been riding basically since September of 2020. Once we had this big breakout last year in 2020, 2 years ago now, in 2020, we had this big run, we had this big push up to 65,000. We had a solid pullback down to this range of about $30,000, and then we bounced off of this support multiple times, ran back up to highs of $65,000, and then we pulled back down, and we are currently here at the support once again of $46,000, which we've been talking about for a bit. This is what I've been telling my students for a while. Like, this support range is where I had expected us to fall back. Also, Ethereum as well, which I can do an Ethereum video standing alone. I wouldn't be surprised if Ethereum pulls back to this support either, but we'll get to that later on. But looking at Bitcoin, down at a very major support, holding this area as of right now, kind of like we had expected. Now, looking at the daily or the weekly chart here, the RSI is still pointing down, but you have to remember RSI is a lagging indicator, so it's not, especially on this time frame, it's not going to be moving up very quickly. And you can also see that the MACD histogram did make a lower low this week, so once again, not looking the best with the lagging indicators, but price action, which is the most important over lagging indicators, does look very good. If we look at the 1-year chart or a daily chart, you can see here that we have found a bit of a bottom here, and we are holding the 200-day SMA, which is a very strong support. We are currently under it, but from a range standpoint, we are still holding this area. But one thing that you will notice is that volume has been relatively low very recently. We did have some selling pressure come through here on the 27th of December, but so far, nothing crazy. RSI pointing down, MACD is about to cross to the downside, and honestly, it does ultimately look like we may try to take one more spill back down to $44,600 before we try to hold the support. We could potentially even break this momentarily and drop back down to $40,000 and not, or $40,900, or we'll just call it $41,000. And try to hold there. We could see big money try to, stop a lot of people out by briefly driving it underneath support and then pushing it back up. And that tends to happen a lot, not only with crypto, but with trading in general. Like, you can see here multiple times where we have fallen under support, probably stopped some people out, and then it got bought back up and continued to run. Now, looking at the next month, I think that there's probably a 60% chance that we could see Bitcoin fall back down to $44,000, maybe $43,000. But I do think ultimately we will hold here. This has been a very, very strong support. I don't see any reason for this to snap, because if it did end up snapping and we broke below like 42,000, this will easily drop another 30,000 down to $28,000. I'm sorry, another 30% down to 28,000. And then if we broke that all the way down to $20,000, I honestly don't really see that happening. I don't believe it is. If that did happen, I would be buying a crap ton of Bitcoin. At this very point, I don't own any Bitcoin. I do own Ethereum, which we can do a video on that. But at this point, I don't own any Bitcoin. So far, things looking pretty good, though. I think that we could see a continued small sell-off, maybe like another 5 to 10% down to 44,000, but I ultimately think that we will hold. Now, as far as my breakdown into where I think this thing will be within the next couple of weeks, it's tough. I think that we will probably close out January somewhere around $47,000 to $48,000. I think that we will probably see this push down and then consolidate along this support, and then maybe like January 20th we could see this bounce, and then maybe end the end of the month up around $50,000. But I don't see January being too crazy for Bitcoin, to be quite honest. I do think we'll hold that support, but I don't think we're gonna see like a massive breakout back up to $65,000 within the month. It's possible. I just don't see it happening. Guys, I hope this video helps. Hit the like button, subscribe. Go check out our Discord. It's completely free. And if you want to trade every single trade that I take as soon as I take it, we've made over $10,800 in December alone. You guys can get access to every single one of my trades just by upgrading your role on our Discord. The link is in the description. It is $20 a month. It more than pays for itself. No matter what though, guys, I would love to have you part of the community. Go check it out, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.